G'day, Aussie Bonsai Bloke here, how you going? Only one pair of sunnies today, as you can see. I didn't realise I had two on my head, but as I walk around and collect the sunnies, that's what happens. Anyway, we got a update, pretty well an update on everything. It won't be too long, but some of the stuff that I've been working on lately and around the house, we're going to do an update. First is an update on the dog. Still feral, but we still love him. Leo, what you doing, bud? What you doing? Hey Leo, smile to the camera. Can you smile? Can you smile? Oh, you can smile. Oh, you can? What are you thinking? What is it? Hey? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Anyway, so this is the back lawn update. Absolutely shocking, as you can see. Full of weed and crap. Look at that. Even a roly-poly. That's the back lawn. But in between, there are patches of kikuyu that are growing everywhere. So there's kikuyu there, 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 there. So it's pretty well how it rolls at the moment. You got little patches everywhere. Now I have not mowed this at all, and as you can see by all these droppings, it's the rabbits. The rabbits have been in here mowing it. Bloody rabbits. I know Nigel Saunders has got trouble with rabbits too. Well, so do I. And they eat the agapanthus as well. Not that some people would care, because some people don't like agapanthus. But anyway, so this is the back lawn, half weed, half, well, 95% weed, a little bit of lawn. And then you got ryegrass where it gets a bit more water, or holds a bit more moisture. Okay, ryegrass there, then kikuyu here. So a bit of a mixed bag, but I don't know. I feel like if you watered it really good for 2 months, really looked after it, it actually wouldn't take long to grow in. So, that's not bad. Some people wanted to know what actual native mallees look like. Well, there you go. That's socialist mallee. And you can see the bottom canopy down here, another one there, another one 3/4 way up, another one at the top. Sort of how they roll. That one there's a gum. Gums grow a little bit the same, but just at a bigger scale, Okay, another mallee here. Same thing. You got your mallee, one lot of growth, another lot of growth. I'm not sure what happens. What I think is the top gets high enough that enough sunlight gets onto the bottom branches that they start shooting again, and then you get another lot of foliage down lower. And quite often the lower branches are actually skinnier than the top branches, because I think they grow later once the sun starts hitting them again. So anyway, that's my theory, just my theory. The back here, that tree there is growing, and it's at least 10 foot high now. That's a red gum. Was going to be a bonsai once, but now it's just going to be a shade tree for now, and we might cut it down later. Trampoline's looking a bit sad because a massive whirlwind come through here, which is like a mini tornado, and it just ripped through this whole area. And I was standing on the other side of the house, and I could see the trampoline rolling in the air, then smashed up against the doghouse and the pool there. Okay, it smashed up against all there. It was sitting over here, flew over there, round, bang into there, and I haven't put all the springs back on. Half the springs fell off. So there's an update on that. So that's the back lawn. Okay, let's go around to the front. Okay guys, another cool thing that's happened is, well, some of this stuff's growing. I think it's sage or salvia or something. I'm not sure what they call it, but crepe myrtles. growing good. Pomegranate. The garden bed is actually growing really well. There's a lot of weeds in between, which is fine. I'm going to leave that for now because it keeps the heat down. But lemon tree in there is growing okay. There's a fig tree. This fig tree here, look at this one. Okay, oh, locust tree, lime tree. And look at this. Look at the flowers on this Canna Lily. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that, beautiful. So that's a Canna Lily, and ooh, this is a septic runoff coming along here. Canna Lily's loving it because there's some other Canna Lilies in the garden bed which aren't doing nowhere near as well, or ain't, I should say. But look at this guys. This is my first bit of fruit. I've eaten about 5 or 10. This is the fig tree. Look at this. Look at that. She's ready. And I've been eating them. So I've eaten close to 10 already. And there looks like to be another 6 or 7 ready on this tree. Another one up, a couple up here. Look at that. And I tell you what, I took these from cuttings 3 years ago. So this is a really momentous occasion, being able to eat our first fruit on our new property. First bit of fruit on our new property. I've eaten a few before of these figs, but it's the first tree that's produced, so. I took the cuttings from the boss's tree because I loved eating the figs off the boss's tree. So I knew I liked them. So before we moved in, I took the cuttings, and this is what we got. Not bad. I tell you what, they're good size too. Good size, good flavour. In a few years, we're going to have, you know, over 100 kilo, well over 100 kilo of figs. Because I actually did 3 or 4 of these trees. 3. There's 3 here. I did 3 of these trees. Bloody beauty. Okay. I've got a Manchurian pear there. I'm not going to go through every tree. Just sort of like a quick garden update and whatever update. Bird bath's doing well. It's sort of hidden in here now. And you can see this, I don't know, this tree grew itself, but anyway. And then we got this one here. I don't know what it's called, but it's some sort of leafy grass thingy. And then the bird bath in there. So the birds have got a really cool spot to drink now. They've got the protection of that tree, the grass, and then the bird bath behind there. And I've got that hooked up to my dripper system, so every time I water all of this, the bird bath fills up. So as you can see, pretty cool. So I've got 2 bird baths going on, that's one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So this garden bed's growing really well. What about the lawn? Let's have a look at the lawn. The lawn's doing really well. It's looking absolutely killer at the moment. Okay, look at that. Just absolutely beautiful. Lawn is amazing. It's been pretty good for a year now, but this is the front lawn. I'm hoping the back lawn will look not as good as this, because I'm never going to look after the back lawn the same, but close. I hope close. Look at this. Doesn't matter where you look. The lawn is thick as thieves. Absolutely beautiful. What do you think, dog? Yeah, it's good. It's good, isn't it? You can smell the fig. You can smell it. Yes. Beautiful lawn. Beautiful. It's a weed. In general, no weeds. The lawn smothers them out. And we've got a rosemary hedge around the outside starting to grow. You can start to see it now. Probably in the last video I did of the lawn you couldn't see that. Now you're starting to see the outline of a rosemary hedge. There are some weeds in amongst it, but in general that's the hedge. Okay guys, so succulent garden here, and I have to say it was doing really well until I decided to plant tomato plants in the succulent garden, and they've kind of taken over, but they'll ripen up soon and we'll be able to move them on out. Also some cucumbers, as you can see, it's just an abundance of cucumbers, ridiculous. Nice ground cover. Look at this, it's all tomatoes. Man, there's a tree in the middle of all that. That's a cherry tree we put in. That's for shade for my daughter's bedroom, so that during, you know, hot mornings she gets some shade. But it's smothered in tomato plants. These tomato plants, there's only 5 or 6. Smell absolutely gorgeous. There's only 5 or 6, but they're just so big. Oh, also look at this baby watermelon. It's a bit late in the season for you, bloke, but here's a bigger one here. I'll put my hand on it. It's getting bigger. Okay, so there's a watermelon. Nice flowers and stuff going on. Alright, so that's it for the garden beds. Let's head out to the trees. Okay guys, so these trees here, and here and here, and wherever you see a green guard, have been in for a bit over 6 months, maybe more, 8 months, 9 months. And they're the new lot of trees that are planted. So if you looked at an old video, you would have seen that I wanted to fill up this area with trees as well. And in the distance, you can just make out all those green dots. They're the old trees that have been there for 2.5 years. And you're starting to be able to see them. So we'll go and have a look at them after, but I'm just going to show you these guys first. These are young ones. So these young ones hopefully will grow. There's one there. Okay. Another one here. Obviously quite small at the moment. They're getting a bit of a trunk on them, but not too much. Still a half size of my pinky finger. But you got to remember they haven't been in for long. So they've got a dripper system. This dripper system. Look at that shiny coat on the dog. Just as a shininess left. What are you sniffing, boy? Leo, what you sniffing? Love you, bud. Love you, bud. Leo, what you sniffing? Okay, so yeah, we got, you know, some trees aren't so big, some are smaller, like that one. That one's pretty good. This one here, I have to say, is one of my biggest. I mean, I purposely stopped you guys in this spot because this is the best spot, but, you know, I don't know whether you can see, but this is up to my waist. It's my waist, okay. That one's called a ghost gum. And look how massive some of these leaves are. It's my hand. And I got a, I don't know, close to a 30 centimetre hand, not quite. And look at that, just a massive leaf. Getting quite a big trunk on this little one as well. So that's been in for, you know, 8-9 months, maybe 10, who knows. I lie a lot, so it could be 10. Dog's checking them out too. But all sorts, you know. They're just growing really well. Alright, let's check out the old ones. You know, everywhere where there's a tree on the new ones, we've got tags everywhere. So that's that one, which is that one. So we got a lot of tags, and I went through here to do a replant, and I grabbed 25 trees from the old man. I said, yeah, I'll do that for a replant, and I only needed to use 3. So there was only 3 dead in this whole area. So that's pretty cool. Only 3 dead. There's another one of your mallee style trees. You can see different layers, thicker at the top, thinner at the bottom. Just a beautiful, natural Australian style. Absolutely love living out here. Look at it. Beauty, look at that. Few birds chirping in the background. Look at it, look at the scenery. Just beautiful. Alright, let's get to the older trees. These are the young ones that I only just planted not that long ago. Let's get to the older ones and I'll show you some of that. Okay guys, house is there. You know, the fig, Canna Lily, Melaleucas, or mallee trees I should say. Look at it, I love this landscape. There's another old tree there, see? And here we are. Leo's still going for a walk with me. And here we are in the trees, the older trees that we planted. Look at them growing. Another thing that I did too, I've taken all the guards off the bottom. So it looks way more natural now. You just got the grass and the trees. And I've taken all the guards off the bottom. It's looking bloody awesome. Then you look up on the hill, you can see them up there. All those little blobs. So really excited about that. It's happening. It is happening. Okay, just to show not everything's a success, this area here, although we got trees everywhere, they're a lot smaller than up here. I don't know why, the ground's harder, so it must be harder for the trees to establish. But in the middle of it all, we got this, still a stunted tree, but it's decided at only 2 years old, or 2.5 years old, she wants to chuck out some buds. So she's going to have some gum nuts on it. So that's pretty cool. 2.5 years old and she's getting gum nuts. Now it's so strange because that's the weaker section, and then right here it gets strong again. Lots of nice big tall trees, well over my waist. They're doing really well. While I got you guys on camera, I'll show you the probably the biggest base out of all of the trees that I've got so far. And you got to remember, it's only been 2 years. Right near the dog. The dog's found it. It's probably my biggest base. This one's a bushy sugar. Look at that. You know, I would be literally struggling to pull that out of the ground by now. So, you know, she's probably 5 foot tall. Just big base. Hey guys, well this is a massive area. I'll try and flip the camera and show you guys how tall these things are. Okay. So that's me standing up above my head. See that? I hope you guys can see it. Doing really well. Just really well. And I just want to show you something else. Okay, sunset's nice too, but that wasn't what I was going to show you. This one here, this is my first ever gum nuts off all the new trees that we planted. This is the first tree that's decided it's happy enough to put out flowers. Look at that, bloody beautiful. And the flowers there, when they finish, look like that. They're going to turn into gum nuts. Well, they already are. So really impressed with that. So that's the first thing. The first one to get flowering, that's it. That's the first milestone. The next milestone is to get the first ever bird's nest on my shelter belt trees. That would be awesome. And there's another great example of the mallee style. Got a tree down here, but then some extra foliage up top and a little tuff at the bottom. So just goes to show the Australian trees do grow a bit like that. Look at this beauty. I know the resolution goes when I zoom in, but just a bit of an example. And look at that one there behind the power pole. Just beautiful country. Neighbour's sheep saying hello. Hey guys. Also got my sheep down the back, but this is the neighbour's. It's almost sunset, as you can see. Hi guys. Leo's getting excited, but he's controlled, aren't you, boy? Leo, you're controlled, aren't you? Yes, we know you're not naughty. Okay guys, well, I always show you the best, save the best for last. So here we are. This is by far the best growing area. And you can see we had rain a few days ago and we've still got a little puddle. And it must be the soil, something in the soil, but the trees here really do grow better than anywhere else that we've planted them. So you can see by the size of the dog how big these trees are, and they're 2 and a bit years old, 2.5. Same as some of the other tiny ones that you've seen. So this little baby one here is same age, but don't worry, that's a big one compared to some, but small compared to others. So it's really cool how this section has just gone nuts. I'm not sure whether it's the type of ground or the variety of tree, but it's gone crazy. Also guys, you can see these trees are naturally starting to already mulch the ground. There's a few leaves here and there, and over time there'll be more and more. It'll mulch the ground, get all the micro bio whatever going, mycorrhizae, whatever you want to say. Look at that trunk. It'll get it all going, and the whole system should regenerate, because you got to remember, when I moved in here, that dirt patch there was what this whole lot looked like. I ain't joking. There was no grass, no nothing. The old farmer here just overgrazed it to the hell house, and there was absolutely nothing. Even this salt bush was not here. This salt bush has grown since I've been regrowing and looking after the place, revegging it. The salt bush is all new. The grass is all new. The ground cover is all new. It used to look like, well, let's zoom in. That's his place over there. He used to own this place. Look at that. Just dirt. Just absolute dirt. Look at my place now. Grass. And a dog. Grass and a dog. And plants. And salt bushes come back. Bloody beautiful. Look at that sun. Man, I've got to take a photo of that. Okay guys, well, one other thing I really wanted to show you guys. Okay, apart from all this reveg and everything. Okay, there's another sort of look at the natural mallee style. Whoa, Jesus! Just stepped on a rock with me thongs that both go the same way. Bugger. Anyway, this guy here has sat here patiently growing, just loving life. Never ever took much attention to it. Okay, but it's actually the tallest of the new trees I've planted. But because the track's over there and the track's over there, I never really come up to look at it. And then one day I thought, what is that tall tree in there? And I ain't joking. Look at the size of the bottom. Spin it around. Look at this. That's my hand right up in the air. And I still can't reach the top. That's me standing normal. Right up in the air. Still can't reach the top. So I think she's over 8 foot tall. Bloody beauty. Okay, there's the dog again. You alright? You look like you got a prickle, bud. Okay? You right? You okay, Leo? Leo, what's wrong? What happened? What happened to your paw, Leo? Leo, what happened? Is it okay? Is it okay? Do you want me to have a look? Shake. Shake. Leo, sit. Shake. No prickle. No prickle. Other paw. Shake. Other one. Other one. This one. Shake with this one. Shake. Good boy. No prickle. Good boy. Love ya. Love you. Yes. Yes. You're so cute. Okay guys, bit of an update around the plants. I'll just pick out the ones that I've actually done some work on recently. So I've worked on this one. I don't think I showed that one. That's the mallee style bottle brush. And it had grown that much, I just had to do a quick trim on it and I didn't have time to video it, so really sorry guys. Obviously that's a really twisty trunk mallee style that I just did a video on. Now this one here, this is the one that I said I did an air layer on a long time ago, and we did a repot on a 41 degree day or something like that. And I said it's a bit of a risk, but I didn't feel like it was a risk just because I just had a gut feeling it would be fine. But anyway, it's gone on to flower, produced tiny fruit here which is starting up. It's a kumquat or something like that. And anyway, all these shoots here are all new, all really soft new shoots everywhere. So that thing survived the 40 degree day repot, no worries at all. Don't know if I would recommend repotting citrus at that time of year, but to me it felt right at the time and seems good, so who knows? Who knows? These Indian, I don't know, flowering trees seem to be growing pretty well. Actually taking up too much area and shading stuff out too much. The camellia did not like being defoliated. If you ever have one, don't do it. What happened was when I defoliated this camellia is a lot of the shoots did not shoot back. So some did, And it even back budded on the trunk okay in some spots, but a lot of it was not a success. So I don't know whether it was just me, but please don't try it. The pomegranate is doing really well. Okay, she's doing fine. This lemon tree that I guide wired down, super healthy. Some new growth on it. Okay, so she's doing well. There's some spots there, I don't know what they are, but who knows, but she's doing well. Everything else is doing well. The wisteria is doing well. I think you remember that trunk, it's a pretty memorable sort of a trunk. I'm going to do some work on that one soon and show you how to harden the softwood. From Harry Harrington, it's a process where you use super glue to put on the deadwood, which hardens it. This one here is the Turkish Oak, doing super good. Just some stock and stuff down there. We'll come around the other side now. This pepper tree, absolutely loving this pepper tree this year. Loving it. I mean, there's no background to see it properly, but look at that. This pepper tree, hollow trunk, really nice, fresh foliage this year. Just growing beautifully. Did have some flowers, but no berries. That's alright. Peppercorn's doing great. It's going to be a shade tree and avocado. Just doing well. Doing fine. The hawthorn, growing super strong. Hawthorn, and it's got one single berry this year, so that's something different. It's never had a berry before, so pretty cool. Coral bark maple, just a bush looking at it, but it does have a nice base and a nice trunk up there. What else? Cedar's doing well. Lots of new growth, got to do some work on that. The olives, doing super good. I gave them a trim off camera, doing really good. The boxthorns that we dragged out with the car, doing really good. So much growth on them everywhere. What else? The crepe myrtle that we dug out, doing really well. Got a lot of nice dense foliage, going pretty cool. Oh, this other one, this was the Melaleuca grown in just water and gravel, and we repotted it in the last year. And have a look at the growth on that thing. Just absolutely gone nuts. So you can't half tell. Loved being repotted. So I'm going to do a video on that one soon. That forest is going alright. The silver birch was yellow after its defoliation, or getting rid of the leaves, but it's come up green now, so it's all good. Picked the apples off the apple tree. There was 5. I'll just show you the other silver birch. It's doing super good. It's got a really nice trunk on that thing. Hard to see because the sun's going down, by the way. Hard to see, but the sun is going down. What else? So yeah, there's the 2 native style. Sort of see them better from this angle. If I turn them both just a little bit. Okay, and then we stand back here a bit. You can see them both. Pretty cool. So that's my new Australian style. And I think it's starting to look pretty cool, and I'm really enjoying some of the comments and positive feedback on it, so I'm really happy. Plum's doing alright, Olive's doing alright. My main big olive. Shade's doing alright. Sun's going down. Beautiful tree in the background. Big apple here. Got 5 apples off it. Got lots of buds for next year. Lots. Bottle brush doing really well. You can see all the new growth on that. It's beautiful. Little olive's doing great. Really good. Same with the Chinese elm. The new leaders, just fatten up the bottom. Probably going to come off. As you can see, they're getting pretty heavy. Almond tree, absolutely loved being defoliated. Loved it. That's the best the foliage has ever looked this time of year, ever. So it's the almond tree, mulberry tree, gum tree. Gum tree's looking great too. And I'm going to do some work on this one soon too. That's a Japanese red pine. And she's ready to do some work on. Oh, last and least, not least, because it's the kids, is the Veggie Garden. Look at that Veggie Garden, quite big. There's only 2 bush tomatoes or cherry tomatoes in there, plants, and look at how much room they've taken up. And also some broccoli. So absolutely taken over. So these tomato plants have gone nuts. So that's pretty cool. And then we got the 2 collected, well, first we got another collected olive back here, which is doing okay. Seems fine. And then we got the collected one here. And then the other collected one over the back there. But wow, look at these veggies. Crazy. And look at the tomato. I'll just show you too. So what I'm going to do here is, you can see all the shoots come off this newly collected one. Every spot here, this is what happens with them. They put out 5 or 6 shoots from each spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce that to 1 in each spot, and that's all I'm going to do. So you collect it, let it recover, reduce it back to 1 in every single spot, leave it for another year, and then you do some work on it. So I'm going to do that. I'll probably do it in a video, but it'll be bloody hard to see because I don't have any way of moving that into the shed to do a video on it. It's just too damn heavy. And the other collected one, well, success wasn't as great. And this is the one with a beautiful trunk. Okay, absolutely beautiful trunk, but it does have some live along it, and the rest is just going to have to be carved out, which could actually create a really interesting tree. So that's how we go. Oh, in the Australia Day video where my son's got ripped out, well, it's got shoots on it too. So cool. That's about it. It's the update. What about the sun? What's the sun doing? She's down pretty well. Okay. No worries. Cheers for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell your mates about the channel. And I'll catch you next time. Hope you enjoyed the update. Cheers. Okay guys, Mars Hydro tent and light update. See how she's going. Leo's pretty keen, aren't you, mate? Do you want me to move the chair for you so you can come through, mate? Hey? Let the special guests come through. Whoa. What do you reckon, mate? Okay, so we got some success. We've got a couple of Brazilian rain trees, tamarind trees, and some Irish strawberries coming up. So that's happening. The rest, well, that's my fault because I was so keen that I didn't cold stratify anything that's meant to be cold stratified, but I knew that was a risk, so I've only actually planted maybe a third of the seeds that I've got off the internet, and the other 2/3 are in the fridge right now cold stratifying. I was just doing an experiment to see whether or not I needed to or not. But anyway, pretty cool. Irish strawberries actually needed cold stratifying, so it's pretty interesting to see that they all come up, or 3 of them. Fourth one did not. But it's pretty interesting to see that they came up even though they need cold stratifying. But they did come from a cold climate. But tamarinds, well, doing okay, seeing as the mice ate most of them. And same with the Brazilian rain trees. Pretty cool. So that's the Mars Hydro update. Bloody beauty.